Hello and welcome to another video on Electronics with Professor Mughal. I hope that all of you are doing well. I received a lot of requests recently and decided I want to make a video on how to add a test bench file to verify your hardware design. So in this video, I'm going to show you a very simple and easy way how to add a test bench file. We are going to simulate the design. The design will be as simple as just basic AND logic gate or OR logic gate, and of course once you get that, you can implement that onto much more bigger hardware designs. And also I'm going to show you how to display or monitor the results on the TCL console. So let's get rolling. For the sake of time, keeping the video short, I have already created a project and I did some coding already. I'm just gonna go through it. So let's start. That suggests the name of the source file. I then declared my IO ports, so input being switch not switch 1, and then output being out 1, out 2. Out 1 is going to be the output for the AND gate, and out 2 is going to be the output for the OR gate. We're using a data flow modeling here, as we have done in the past in many of my videos. Out 1 is basically, like as mentioned, it's an AND gate, so switch not ending with switch 1. Whatever the logic between the two, it's just going to simply implement AND gate. And for out 2 is just going to simply implement OR gate between switch not and switch 1, followed up by AND module. So it's pretty simple, and I'm just gonna quickly go over here. Since I had already run the synthesis, I'm just gonna show you like how a design would look like for something as simple as this. And like I said, out 1 is just simply an AND gate, and out 2 is simply an OR gate. So if you look at over here, you have an AND gate, and or actually, so let's see if we can get RTL schematic. That would be better instead of this. So switch not switch 1 being inputs fed into the AND gate, and the output is going to be out 1, and similarly both inputs are fed into OR gate, the output will be out 2. Next up is we want to make a simulation file, a test bench file. So you basically go in here, you add source, and then you make sure you put a check right here. You go to next. You want to create a new file, you want to name it, click OK, and then click finish right here. Since I already made the file, so I don't want to recreate another one. But when you create, you will basically only see this part. It's going to create a dummy test bench file. Now you're going to do the coding here, which I have already done again for the sake of time, but I'm going to make sure that I go through each line and I explain what's going on. The very first thing that you need to do, folks, when you are creating a test bench file, you should declare all your inputs as register. So I want to take you back over here. If you look at all your inputs, switch not and switch 1, you're gonna have to declare them as registers. So I declared them as register, switch not, register, switch 1. And then second thing, the most important thing, step 2, declaring all the outputs as wires. So we have two outputs, out 1, out 2. Let's declare them as wires. So we have wire out 1, and then we have wire out 2. The third step is to instantiate the logic gate, the source module. Where is your design? Well, we created design in logic gates, this source file. This is our design. What is the design? Is just simple AND gate and an OR gate. We want to recall that function, that source file. So let's call that source file, which is logic gate. You have to make sure that the name exactly matches how it appears over here. And then this is the identifier name. This could be anything. This could be UNOT. This could be your name, X1, Y1, whatever you want to do it. I usually just go with UNOT, U1, and so on. And then you have to put in your IO ports, but the sequence for your IO ports should be exactly how it appears over here. So I got my inputs first, and then followed by outputs. So I'm gonna declare my inputs first, which is switch not switch 1, and then the output out 1 and out 2. Then I'm gonna use the initial begin command. I want to initialize the values for my input switch not switch 1. I'm gonna declare them as 0 0 0, and then I want them to stay 0 0 for 100 seconds. This is waiting for 100 nanoseconds. This is what it means for the global reset to finish. Then I'm doing a small I'm running a small piece of code over here, which is going to run the logic. Since we have two inputs, switch not, switch 1, as you can see, there could be 4 possible options: 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, and 1 1. So what I want to do is, what I'm doing here, I am concatenating my two inputs. Right now those values are 0 0, so those values are 0 0, and then what I'm doing equals to the values of the switch not and switch 1, and then they increment by 1. They increment by binary value of 1. So because initially they are set to 0 0, after 100 nanoseconds the values will be 0 0 plus 1, which means 0 1. So it's gonna go from 0 to 1, and then after 100 nanoseconds it's gonna run this command back again. So it's gonna go from 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3. So for two switches, we have 4 possible combinations: 0 1 2 3. Range is 0 1 2 3. 0 makes a binary code of 0 0. 1 makes a binary code of 0 1, and then 1 0, and 1 1 makes a code for 3. Correct. And on the fourth one, when the logic is set to 1 1, and then 1 1, which basically is equivalent to 3 in decimal. 3 plus 1, that makes 4, and the binary code for 4, as you know, is 1 0 0. So the most significant bit is going to be discarded. Why? Because we only have 2 bits here, switch not, switch 1. So it's gonna go to 0, back again to 0, and I'll show you later. And in this part of the code, what I'm doing here is basically saying initial begin. I want to display and monitor my results in the TCL console right here in this small window. So I'm gonna give a header, variable names. So switch not as one of my inputs, switch W1 as one of my input, and the two outputs, out 1 and out 2. And then I just want to display the values of the inputs and the outputs in a binary representation under these headers. So switch not will basically represent whatever the logic is at switch not. If the switch is set to 0, it's going to display 0. If the switch is set to 1, it's going to display 1. So initially, essentially what's happening here, initially the logic of both the switches will be set to 0 0, and then there will be an increment of 1, so it goes to 0 1, 1 0, 1 1, and then it falls back again to 0 0, right? And it does that 4 times. That's why I got this repeat for it, because it starts from 0 0 and then goes back to 0 0 again. Alrighty, now next thing I need to do is you need to click on your source file and then run implementation. As you can see, well, if you are going to implement the design on the board, you can do implementation, but if not, then you can just run synthesis. And if you notice over here, I've already run the synthesis. You see this green check right here. So I am going to go to run simulation after that, and I'm going to choose run behavioral simulation, and it's gonna do its thing and is going to show me this waveform right here. This is what we are looking for. Now once I'm here, I'm just gonna click on this zoom fit thing. It's gonna fit the data into this frame. My IO ports will appear here: switch not 1, out 1, and out 2. Right now, if you look at this, you can move this yellow line by clicking on this time window. So right now, remember we have a 100 nanosecond delay, right? Between each logic we have a 100 nanosecond delay. For us, initially it was everything 0. So if you have 0 0, what does that mean? Well, that means the output OR gate will be 0 and the output of the AND gate will be 0, right? If any of the input is high, switch not is 0, switch 1 is high, the output logic of the OR gate is gonna be 1. But when both inputs are high, switch not, switch 1, then the output logic for OR gate and AND gate both are going to be high, and this way we are able to basically verify the logic of our circuit, right? And also, like I was showing you earlier, I was going to create and monitor results on my TCL console as well. So if you notice over here, I got my 2 inputs, switch not, switch 1. Initially the logic was 0 0, then it goes to 0 1, then 1 0, and then 1 1, and then finally 0 0, right? So 1 2 3 4 5 possible combinations. Well, 4 possible combinations, but I just on the last one, it just falls back to 0, right, where we started. And then the out 1, out 2 were the results. So if you look at this one here, switch not and switch 1 being 1 1, the output is 1 and out 2 is 1, which actually is the same thing that we got here. So this way you are actually able to verify the logic of your design, simulate it, make sure it's working fine before you move on to implementing it onto your board. And then if you want to implement it, you might want to do run implementation, click OK, and then it's gonna do its thing. If your synthesis is expired, it's gonna do the synthesis back again and then do the implementation. Meanwhile it's doing that, I'm gonna plug in my FPGA board, power it on, and make sure that I'm ready to go. Okay, looks like the implementation is complete. Bitstream has also been generated, which I did, and which actually just click on this and it will generate the bitstream file. I got to program my device now. If when you plug in and you click on open target, it should, or just click on auto connect, it should automatically detect your board, which in this case is XC7835T. It's a basis 3 board with RTX 7 chip on it. It should automatically pick up your default bitstream file. All you need to do is click on hit on program and you should be able to see the logic on your board. Also, just remember folks that on your you will need to create a constant file as well. So you go to your constant file and then you right click and you add source, and again you choose this and then go to next, and then you add file wherever it may be. I've already done that, and then you click finish. I've already done that, so I'm just gonna open it from here. And then these are my 2 switches, switch not and switch 1, which is basically switches. Make sure these variable name matches with how you have in your coding. Okay, out 1 and out 2 as output, so I'm using the LEDs as out 1 and out 2 there. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Enjoy your rest of the day, and if you want me to make a video on some topic, leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. Bye.